Multiple choice questions and answer on IASB framework. Multiple choice questions. Questions 1. What is the authoritative status of the framework? It has the highest level of authority. In case of a conflict between the framework and a standard or interpretation, the framework overrides the standard or interpretation. B. If there is a standard or interpretation that specifically applies to a transaction, it overrides the framework. In the absence of a standard or an interpretation that specifically applies, the framework should be followed. C. If there is a standard or interpretation that specifically applies to a transaction, it overrides the framework. In the absence of a standard or an interpretation that specifically applies to a transaction, management should consider the applicability of the framework in developing and applying an accounting policy that results in information that is relevant and reliable. D. The framework applies only when IASB develops new or revised standards. An entity is never required to consider the framework. Answer is choice C. Question 2. What is the objective of financial statements according to the framework? A. To provide information about the financial position, performance, and changes in the financial position of an entity that is useful to a wide range of users in making economic decisions. B. To prepare and present a balance sheet, an income statement, a cash flow statement, and a statement of changes in equity. C. To prepare and present comparable, relevant, reliable, and understandable information to investors and creditors. D. To prepare financial statements in accordance with all applicable standards and interpretations. Answer is choice A. Question 3. Which of the following are underlying assumptions of financial statements? A. Relevance and reliability. B. Financial capital maintenance and physical capital maintenance. C. Accrual basis and going concern. D. Prudence and conservatism. Answer is choice C. Question 4. What are qualitative characteristics of financial statements according to the framework? A. Qualitative characteristics are the attributes that make the information provided in financial statements useful to users. B. Qualitative characteristics are broad classes of financial effects of transactions and other events. C. Qualitative characteristics are non-quantitative aspects of an entity's position and performance and changes in financial position. D. Qualitative characteristics measure the extent to which an entity has complied with all relevant standards and interpretations. Question 5. Which is not a qualitative characteristic of financial statements according to the framework? A. Materiality. B. Understanding. D. Relevant.